Hey everybody, MD of Base is Beautiful here. You know, there are certain moments in baseball history that don't just change a roster, they change the entire feeling of a franchise. Not because of a record-breaking contract or a midseason call-up winning the hearts of fans, but because a personality walks through the clubhouse door that immediately shifts the dynamics of everything around him. He's just larger than life. For me, one of those moments was when Reggie Jackson signed with the California Angels in 1982.
The addition of Reggie Jackson, Doug DeCinces, and Bob Boone promises Angel fans they'll be watching baseball's most explosive lineup in 1982. You won't want to miss a bit of it, so take a tip and join the Angel family of season ticket holders now.
In the early 80s, Reggie wasn't just a baseball player anymore. He was a headline, a press conference, a superstar, Mr. October. He was a postseason legend who had already helped deliver multiple World Series victories to both the A's and the Yankees. But he was also someone who had worn out welcomes at every stop along the way. Oakland, Baltimore, and now the Big Apple. Each stop added another layer to the story, creating instant fans and imminent detractors. Hall of Fame pitcher Jim Palmer, who was a teammate with Reggie for one season in Baltimore, said of him, quote, "I would say Reggie Jackson was arrogant, but the word arrogant isn't arrogant enough." The Angels were 20 years into their existence as a franchise and had only been to the postseason once before, in 1979. Despite the fairly recent postseason appearance, the team had floundered at 38 games under 500 in the years since. Their identity was still in flux, but perhaps beginning to crystallize around several veteran bats. Rod Carew was there, hitting like he was defying time itself, working counts, carefully placing line drives like a brain surgeon with a baseball bat. Don Baylor brought that physical, bruising presence in the middle of the lineup. His MVP season in 1979 had been a key piece of the Angels' success that year. Bobby Grich brought Gold Glove caliber defense to second base and a patient, disciplined approach at the plate. Fred Lynn, still carrying the glow of his 1975 MVP season in Boston, was trying to rediscover that same dominance in the outfield grass of the Big A. Quote, "Jackson could be the one ingredient a talented club like this needs to make it," said Bill Rigney, former manager and team consultant at the time. Maybe Rigney was right. With a massive contract and his 36th birthday soon approaching, which was already his 16th Major League season, fans wanted to know, did Reggie Jackson still have it? Gene Autry, the founder and owner of the Angels, was willing to bet that he did. Autry and Jackson had worked out an agreement that would provide extra incentives. In addition to Reggie's $900,000 base salary, a record for Jackson, he would also share in 50 cents of every ticket sold after a 2.4 million ticket threshold was reached each season in Anaheim. It was a provision that Sports Illustrated estimated could add at least $100,000 to his annual earnings. The move was immediately embraced by many Anaheim faithful. From the signing in January to the 1st of March, Angels season ticket sales had already tripled what they were in 1981, but there would continue to be doubters. Questions lingered about his attitude, his contract, his age, his bridge burning. There were questions about whether the Angels even needed another outfielder with Fred Lynn and Brian Downing. To some, Reggie was the savior. To others, a lightning rod. Rod Carew tried to settle fans and give them realistic expectations. Quote, "Reggie will help us tremendously. Sure, he'll strike out in some crucial situations, but he'll come up and hit one out in a lot of others. He has a history of coming through with the big hit." The early games may have been uneven. There were nights when the swing looked just a little behind the fastball. Days when the strikeouts piled up and the crowd in Anaheim started to wonder if they had bought the mere idea of Reggie more than the production. But baseball has a way of reshaping narratives quickly. Yankee Stadium, April 27th, 1982. Reggie was back in the building where he had ascended into the mythos of Mr. October. It felt like a scene where the script writes itself. Whatever the beef between Reggie and George Steinbrenner, fans loved Reggie and never wanted him to leave. He was their guy. The straw that had once stirred the drink now stood at home plate. Boos filled the air, frustration from Yankees fans that George Steinbrenner had let go of not just a legend, but their legend. The disbelief that Reggie Jackson was wearing an away uniform at Yankee Stadium. And then, in a way only Reggie could make inevitable, he turned one swing into a memory.
2-1, Angels lead it, and to tell you all about it, here's Frank Messer.
And Reggie hits one out. First pitch, upper deck, right field.
Into the noise and the lights, a thing of beauty. Even as rain drizzled onto the damp half-capacity crowd in the Bronx, the chants of Reggie, Reggie rained down from the highest nosebleeds of baseball's most historic shrine. The fans, as if he were still one of their own, requested a curtain call, and Reggie obliged. The sentiment then turned. Steinbrenner sucks, chanted the fans. He might live on the other side of the country, but it was good to know people still believed in him.
Hi, I'm Reggie Jackson. You know, I surround myself with the finest in classic cars. After all, I collect them.
As big as he was, Reggie had carried his own doubts. He wondered, did he still have it? Quote, I've asked the same questions of myself, Jackson told Newsday. I don't know how I did it. I'll never forget this. I wanted to show the guys on the team, show the fans, show management here. It's a hell of a feeling. It was his first home run as an Angel. Back in Anaheim, the weight of the signing began to settle in. Signing Reggie wasn't just about adding a bat to a lineup that already had Carew, Baylor, Grich, and Lynn. It was about expectations and aspirations. It was about whether a team with great talent could become something more than the sum of its parts. The Angels weren't just trying to win games in 1982. They were trying to step out of the shadow of being almost there. And Reggie Jackson, for all the controversy and all the ego that followed him through every clubhouse, brought something else too: belief. Not the quiet kind, but the loud kind. The kind of belief that has a little swagger behind it. The kind that fills dugouts and maybe, just maybe, stretches all the way into October.
Hate to argue this early into the game, but boy, I'll tell you what, if I'm the California pitcher, I'd like to see that one run on the board. And they can, of course, I know your theory is to put 2 or 3 runs up there, but it's nice to get that.
Sadly, the Angels didn't win the World Series in 1982, but they did win 93 games and faced the Brewers in the ALCS, although they lost that series in 5. They would get close again in 1986, Reggie's last year in Anaheim. Still, almost, but not quite. Because they never went all the way, Anaheim might seem like just another late career stopover for an aging superstar. But Reggie's time meant more than that. Reggie had a power in his presence. Every at-bat had possibility and expectation, that sense that something legendary might be hiding inside the next swing. What happens when a team built on balance meets a player built on the moment? For several years in Anaheim, that question didn't need an answer. You just had to watch.
For the half.
Well hit towards center field. Way back. It is going. It is gone. A home run for Reggie Jackson, number 38. And that is a new Angel record. And the Halos lead it 2-0.
Have a great weekend.